What is your favorite topic of conversation in a social setting?
Food, desserts, cakes, it always comes back to that. I talk about my family as well. I'm a little bit of a washwoman. I can deal with the gossip and dish it a little bit too.
Where do you get your recipes, and how do you put your own personal twist on the recipes?
Well, most of my recipes come from, places that I've worked at in the past, and, some are little core, recipes that I've gotten from my mother and my grandmother. We do grandma's chocolate cake, and it's not my grandmother, it's my mother, so, my son said, hey, why don't you call it grandma's chocolate cake? So that's how that got the name. What we do is we'll change it around a little bit. I do wholesale quite often, and we do restaurants, caterers. They want something a little bit different. Chocolate cake, we'll toast some cinnamon, we'll toast chilies, we'll add them to it. So, we tweak them for whatever the end result is going to be. We'll add different flavors and stuff like that to get a different end result that they're looking for in a restaurant that'll set them apart.
How would you rate your skill level when it comes to baking, decorating, and pastries, desserts?
I'm a 10, baby. All the way across the board.
How would you rate your decorating skills when under time constraints?
I've been told that I decorate a 5-tier cake in less than a half an hour. I've seen Buddy do things pretty fast. I think I can do them pretty fast too.
What, in your opinion, makes a great cake baker and decorator? What makes someone a bad baker or decorator?
Somebody that can pretty much do everything. I consider myself a jack of all trades, master of most. I see a lot of people opening up bakeries and catering companies and stuff like that, and they can't decorate a cake. Why are you going to open up a bakery if you can't decorate a cake? What if your baker doesn't show up? Well, your decorator doesn't show up. What are you going to do there? Sit and twiddle your thumbs? See, Buddy can do everything. I'm the cake boss of Long Island. I'm also well-rounded. I'm schooled in all the basics. Okay, I went to the CIA. I learned the classics, but then I went and worked for a German guy. I worked for an Italian guy. I worked for a Japanese guy. So I mix all these skills and come up with my own talent. Bad, I see a lot of fondant. People, use fondant as a crutch sometimes. Yes, I'm doing a fondant cake right now because that's what the customer ordered. But, I could also hang with buttercream. I can use an airbrush. I can sculpt. I can, paint all different ways. I was drawing and painting ever since I could hold a utensil. So, just changing the medium, now it's edible.
How do you think you'll handle quick fire type challenges and working in a group for bigger challenges? What do you think will be your strengths and weaknesses?
Every day in my shop is a quick fire challenge. We usually get customers come in last minute, and I'm the decorator. So it's got to touch my hands. I got to take care of it. I got to do the research. I got to get the, reference material that we're going to work on for the cake. So I think on my feet. I kind of tell a lot of people that work in this industry, you got to be a little bit of a Marine. You got to adapt, overcome, and excel. I pretty much don't have a problem going head to head. There shouldn't be a problem. I know my skill set. I don't know what the skill set of the other opponent would be, because if I was a coach in a football team, we'd be sitting there watching their tape. You look on the internet, you'll see tapes of me. I don't see tapes of half these people.
What kind of role do you generally play in groups?
Well, I'm a Leo, and unfortunately, and fortunately, king of the jungle. So I usually can't keep my mouth shut, so I'll voice my opinion immediately because I think I'll lose it unless I do say it. But I can work as a team. I work as a team every day. I know this is about me and getting on the next great baker, but I have a team of people behind me, and I feel there's no I in team.
Are you competitive in nature?
Not per se that, yes I am, no I'm not. Life drives me. Competition, not as much, but again, being a business owner, I compete every day for business. I compete every day to learn as much as I can and become the best professional I can. So, you know what? Competition strengthens the soul. Makes you better, makes you top on your game.
If you're up against other contestants, will you be competitive in order to win the cash and prizes? How far will you go to win?
Can I have them whacked? Well, I guess not. But, really, I'll do what it takes to get the job done and to make the best end product. I'm going to, go in there to show. Go big, go home. That's not me. I'm not going home.
Are you better at competing head-to-head or teaming up? Can you put on a good act when you're working with people you don't like?
I'm not phony. Okay, so if I don't like you, unfortunately, I'm going to tell you I don't like you. But if I'm forced in a scenario that I have to work with somebody, we're doing it for the greater good and we're trying to get a job accomplished, I'll put my own feelings aside just to accomplish the task.
You've seen the competition shows. On a lot of those shows, there are clear types of competitors. The sweetheart, the drama queen, the type A bitchy type. Who are you? How would you play the game to win?
I can be bitchy, I can be complaining, again, never happy unless I'm complaining. I will be the comic guy that you guys are looking for. I will be the contestant that you're looking for, okay? So, there is no looking further. You don't pick me, your mistake, not mine.
How do you handle stressful situations? How do you react?
As you can tell, I'm not a quiet, sit back and relax kind of person. I'm pretty intense. Usually fly off the handle immediately without hearing the rest of the story. Like every other sitcom you ever listened to as a kid or watching on TV, everybody got the wrong idea. Well, that's usually me. But then I take a step back, I reel myself in. Calm, cool head solves the problem. The hot head doesn't, so I got to kind of relax and let things happen.
Describe the most stressful time in your life and how you reacted and handled it.
Well, one of the most stressful things in my life recently has been the fact that I don't speak to my father anymore. We had a falling out over money, and money's not what drives me. Passion, creativity, love of life is what drives me. He didn't respect this business, didn't respect what I was doing, was a little upset that I wasn't going into the industry that he wanted me to do. But unfortunately, I don't speak to him. My son and I, we talk about it every once in a while. There's nothing to talk about. It's a little sad. I just got past it, dug my head deep in the dirt, built a business, and working hard to overcome it.
What does baking and cake decorating mean to you? Has it ever gotten you through a hard time?
Gets me through every hard time. I think without it, I'd be lost. It's pretty much, it's an art medium that I love. And I honestly could not see my life without it.
Why do you want to be on the show?
I want everybody to know my name and who I am and what I can do. Okay? I've been on, local TV shows and, on the internet, I'm all over the place, but I'm not national. I think it's time the rest of the country knows who Brian Fishman is, knows who Sweet Cornmeal Desserts is, and this is the only place to get dessert on Long Island.
Why should we pick you to be on the series? What makes you unique and different from everyone else?
Because I'm going to bring it hard, and I am going to make a great show for you. And if you don't choose me, again, your loss, not mine, but I really think this time you're going to make the right decision.